Say it's time for the tech giant to protect kids from getting addicted to smartphones.
And boy, are they addicted. Sharon Crowley here now with a look at the push to pry kids away from their screens. Hi, Sharon.
Yeah, I guess they're just watching what we're doing, especially you, Steve. We're always watching you connected to your phone. Ask any educator, they will tell you this screen time is having an impact on students. It's something more and more parents, teachers, and tech companies are now looking at. How many hours a day do you spend on your phone?
A lot, like pretty much all day.
Probably like 4 hours-ish.
It's just addicting. Like, it's our time period, I guess. Like, it's our generation, it's what we do, and like, it's just what we know.
Both are students at Carl Place High School in Long Island. Does your mom ever say stop?
Oh yeah, all the time. All the time. She says, stop, like, pay attention to us or whatever, but yeah.
You just ignore her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like most kids today, these teens are spending more and more of their day staring at screens. Do you prefer to text or to call them on the phone?
I prefer to text
How come?
because I can write out what I'm saying and
Instead of communicating with each other, they're all sitting at the table communicating through either text message with the person right next to them.
Robert Santoro is a counselor at Carl Place Middle School.
They seem to disconnect from the real world and live through these apps. And I've seen a decline in social skills and social ability with some of the students.
Santoro says he has noticed in recent years a decline in people skills among his students. It's a concern Santoro shares with Carl Place Middle and High School Guidance Director Joyanne Donka.
I have seen it over the last 2 years just blow up. Students, I'm finding, don't know how to wait for answers.
Both think that all this time that students spend on digital devices is having an impact on their emotional and social development. When they recently asked students why they prefer texting to phone calls, the students answered this way.
When we ask them why, they say because then you don't have to deal with the emotions.
In my personal opinion, I don't believe a middle school child needs a cell phone.
While some families may not find that to be realistic, these educators suggest at least limiting and monitoring your child's screen time.
Disconnect them, talk to them. It's the only way that we're going to be able to get them through.
All right, one more thing. They say if you are a parent and you bought the phone, you have every right to know your child's passwords. It's your property. They urge parents, of course, take the phone away at night. These guidance counselors are not alone. Two major Apple investors have urged the iPhone maker to take action and curb the growing smartphone addiction among children, highlighting a growing concern about the effects that these gadgets and social media are having on young
That is
people.
a tough
Tracy.
situation.